half on this side of 8 o'clock. Now, time for the big talk. All right, they call me the chief priest this morning, Ezemmuo 1. I did with you from now till 9 o'clock when we go enter the newsroom. Now, on top of the big talk this morning, something there on top of table where we go check. Two things, actually, where we go check. Now, two of the key things we'll go talk about, we go check them one by one because we don't hear this morning talk about airports and markets and schools for inside of the country to get internet connectivity for inside of Nigeria. We hear that one, and well, but not be saying that all of the schools and all of the markets get strategic places for inside of the geopolitical zones. And then we hear, say, the approval waiting. In fact, make I even give you the full update so that we'll go talk about them. Now, the federal government will not approve the contract worth 24.20 billion naira for the provision of broadband for free internet for inside of 75 public places. That 75 public places now include 20 airports, include some schools, tertiary institutions, not be primary school, not be secondary school, tertiary institutions, government owned, of course, and some marketplaces nationwide. The Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Pantami, and come outside, got to talk this one. Yesterday, Nine talked this particular matter with State House correspondents. Them when they followed them the reason that news story people they followed them the reason after when they don't do the Federal Executive Council meeting and President Muhammadu Buhari and sit down on top of the meeting for the presidential villa. Now, according by waiting in the talk, according by waiting there are two memoranda when they be said they drop, when they be said they bring come outside. It's a the one we consign is approximately 20.2 billion. Say now waiting they don't earmark or waiting they don't bring out, they don't budget for inside of this project of say to bring internet connectivity for inside of those places. Now, according by waiting in some of the things when they talk, it says so both memos you will discover that they will provide broadband to these institutions at the price approximately 24.20 billion naira, and the project is going to be implemented by the Nigerian Communications Commission. So now project of the Nigerian Communications Commission, the NCC. Now, two things. One, what else they come to my mind? We say a few months. In fact, 1 month actually. Now because in April we enter after April, May. So obviously this project, I don't know whether they go finish them before the incoming government go take over. I don't know, or maybe they go start them, then the incoming government go continue. After all, President Muhammadu Buhari don't talk and even the president-elect don't still talk say yes, they go continue. The government or the governance gas continue. Some of the good projects go continue, they go. So maybe that's not the case, but then maybe we even look the project gone. Now they say the duration of the project is now 4 months. Now 4 months. That be the duration of the project. 4 months and maximum of 5 months. And there is a budgetary provision for that. Also, the fund sponsored the implementation has been secured by the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari GCFR. For universities, it's because we have learned bitter and better lessons during COVID-19. So during that COVID-19 period, some of the lessons where many people learn now the idea of say to sit down one place, learn they possible through internet or through technology, through tech. To sit down one place, learn they possible. Not be until you carry waka go classroom, sit down. That's one of the big lessons where COVID-19 teach. And based on that one, and the minister they talk so and they talk this particular way. He say based on how he say because we've learned the bitter and better lessons during COVID-19, so we don't want to go back to that. We want to ensure that students and staff benefit from unlimited internet. This one, is still well. For airports, we have the difficulty when you land without any connectivity. So for airport, people will just land no connectivity. So it will be even. So it will even at least make our airports more lively if there is at least internet connectivity that is for free. So that one, now the reason behind the airport one. Then for the market, he said, thirdly, for the marketplaces, he said now to support the innovation-driven enterprises. So all of the market people, so these days, if you go to some kind of market, they say, no, we don't collect transfer, only cash. I don't know whether, on Saturday, me and my friend Kelvin, we go one market to go check some of things. They say, we know they collect cash. I say, okay, what's in that they collect? They say, now later. And they say, no, they say they know they collect transfer. I say, now only cash we they collect. Now only cash. We know they collect transfer. I say, I asked the woman, say, Mama, you get cash? If you get cash, give me, make a transfer for you. Anyway, that's on the lighter side, but the thing with the idea be say most businesses these days, considering the cashless policy and then the narrow design policy, most businesses, whether they like them or not, many businesses they fall back to internet or electronic transactions. Transfer for me and transfer for you. Payment for service, payment for supply or services, and they happen via transfer or via internet banking. So to support that innovation, they bring come aside. They bring come aside. They say to support innovation-driven enterprises that are being championed by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, then MIT, where we try to give global visibility to our innovators, to our micro, small, and medium enterprises, so that their market is not going to be narrowed and restricted only to our local community. So another angle, we say, person fit still get if it get access to internet, push your business, maybe through your website and all that, push your business for global, make them see them. All right, too. Now the development will come outside, and they don't talk, say they don't sign this amount of money for 24.20 billion naira for this particular project. We concern putting internet connectivity for some markets, putting internet connectivity for some schools, and putting internet connectivity for some airports. So that one done day on ground. But I want to know what you feel about this particular arrangement, whether now welcome idea, or whether maybe this particular money or this particular budget where they on ground, whether now something where they could channel into something else, or maybe now welcome idea and a scoff. On top saying a welcome idea, then maybe you got to look the angle of management and maintenance. Okay, you got to look the angle of managing and maintenance. Say, okay, na good idea, but how they go manage them, how they go take maintenance, the implementation, the execution. Say, it go make sense. Be then go, it good on paper, it go still good in reality. Those are all the concerns and all the questions where they on top of this matter. But I go want to hear from you, make I know what you feel about this one. But on the own part, Minister of Environment Mohammed Abdullahi talks to the council. They also approved 2 major contracts for the construction of a Center of Excellence for Environmental Restoration, where they for inside of Kana Council area for River State there. All of those ones they there. Now, but the focus now internet connectivity for airports, for schools, and for markets, selected airports, schools, and markets across the country, because the budget no go fit go around for all of the schools. So what do you feel about that one? That one day there, we'll check all those ones, the benefits and the merits, and then maybe if you get any reason why you feel, say maybe something you consider the disadvantage or the downside, make we still talk about them. Then one side of the matter. Now the second leg of the matter for the big talk this morning. Check your time, 15 minutes past 8 o'clock. Now waiting time on the talk this morning on top Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. Now there you day, Super Citizen at sunrise. Now the show this morning and the big talk with a check 'em. The second matter, when I want make we check, now the matter we consign waiting the gubernatorial or the governor-elect, actually. Make we just call on the governor-elect of NNPP, that na the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, the governor-elect for inside of Kano State, where in name na Abba Kabir Yusuf. But if you go for Kano there, everybody they call him Abba Gida Gida, and the name where they know him for. They're very popular, Abba Gida Gida, Abba Gida Gida, you know. So now the name where they know him for. So Abba Gida Gida will be Abba Kabir Yusuf, the governor-elect of Kano State. Now, he talked something, and that talk, when he talk, now be the anchor, or now be the base of the second matter where they on top of big talk this morning. Now, that talk, when he talk, he say, in wife, in children, and not be in wives, them, not be one wife, he say, in wives and in children, say they no get any role to play for inside of the governance of the state when it go take over in May. Says, in wives them, in children them, nothing concern them. Yeah, so they know. He said they no follow them take the oaths of office. They don't follow them take the oath of office. So based on that one, say in wife and in children, they no go do it in. They no go take part for any of they no go take part of any of the they no go take part of the government. They no go take part of the government. My wife, my children, they will not be part of the government. Now, so come outside, they talk based on how they take the B. For inside of the acceptance speech, after when you don't receive the certificate of return, in they talk say now, and then many people they react to that thing. They say the talk when in the talk they make reference to the influence of the incumbent governor, the governor where the influence of his family. According by many people according by reports where many people bring come outside. This one's every on top of Daily Trust this morning, where then they talk say the influence of the incumbent family, the incumbent governor family for the government. You know this kind. This one a governor wise, so this one a governor Peking, governor. And they influential for the state. They influential for the government. Maybe get one or two political offices. Very powerful political family. Him, they talk say in own family. They don't get any place or they don't get any office where they want to hold for inside of the matter. Now this particular talk, as we talk the talk, different reactions. Some people they clap on for them, say yes. Some people they look and say, well, that one don't mean anything. Different reactions to this particular matter. Now the governor-elect say go allowing family members may they get any influence on the governance during his administration because they don't go take oath of office with him. He say, in fact, according to how he take quote, my wives will not be part of the governance, my children will not be part of the governance, and I can tell you for sure that this is the same for my deputy governor. Now, so in take a talk. Make we talk about this particular matter. Because if you start to check political families, we get families where, for inside of this country, if you go for different states for the country, you go see some kind. For inside of Damatru, from Damatru there for Yobe State, there you get the Alhaji Waziri Kolo Ibrahim family. When he be a very strong, wealthy businessman from Damatru, and now strong political family. You go see children, father, sister, brother, all of them get different political offices, political, or even the ones who don't even get to a political post, then go stay there around the office, around governance. Then if you check them like that, then there are different families like that. There you could check the Saraki family for Kwara State there for about 4 decades, where they hold them down as a political dynasty. When it be say they go fit they talk about the political story of Kwara State now, we go call the Saraki family. Go talk about the Saraki family. Both for elective, appointive position, they don't produce people well. They don't produce different kind of people. Talk about if you start to call names there, then plenty. Okay, you check that one. That one day there. You can still check the Adelabu family, Adegoke Adelabu family, for your state there, and all the kind of influence where they follow them. The man, the wife, the children, the wives, anybody where they connected. It's just like say, when somebody win. Family influence or family members will get some influence or get some positions, will get some things. Okay, so you go fit count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 families for inside of the country will be like that. The Shinkafi family there. Now, many people go tell you say nothing they wrong with that as long as say, because if you talk about politics, the more you get involved for the politics that is what we say they control your life as a human being. And as a human being, if something they control your life, you get the right to get involved inside the matter. You get the right to get involved, to participate, to be part of the matter where they affect your life. So if somebody they office and in Pekin will be adults, decide to contest or decide to get into office or decide to apply for government or decide to one way or another be part of governance, either by appointment or by either elective or appointive. I don't know how you see I'm whether not wrong thing, because the fact that my father get office, some people go tell you, say, stop me from contesting for something too. Or, stop me from lobbying, make I get an appointive position too. Say, not be until, because say I don't already get somebody who hold political office for my family, then I go stay away from politics, or I go stay away from anything we concern governance, especially when it is in my state too. So different angles to this matter. Some people say, well, na good move to keep your family away from governance so that you can focus and so that make themselves not go and get what you people go call overbearing influence. Some people go say, well, it no matter, it no mean anything. It no mean anything as long as say the person self they competent and the person he contest or he lobby, he hustle to get the appointive position and he can deliver. He has the capacity and competence to deliver. Waiting concern anybody. Everybody now somebody brother. Everybody now somebody family member. When somebody talks say village people, I say everybody now somebody village person. Everybody come from a particular village. You serve a village person of somebody. So everybody is a village person somewhere. So now so it take me. Now make we look this matter. Now welcome idea. My family members are not supposed to be a part of my government. Is that a welcome idea? Is that noble? Or the one when they be say if the family members get some competent people from inside of the family, if you do anything, even at that, because say my family members should not be a part, then whether I have somebody who is competent or not, because my family members shouldn't be a part, make they no come near, go far, make I find another person. I don't know how you see this matter. So these two things, make we check about them. Make we talk about them. On top of the big talk this morning, now there we day. So we check them how okay or how good or how noble is this idea of say family member no go be part of the government of somebody with a political office. So making family member no come near, they no go get any influence, they no go get any parts of the government. I don't know how you see that particular talk. What do you feel about that particular one? Then also make we check the other talk, the second one we concern the provision of internet connectivity for airports, for markets, and for schools. Now the two matters where we check this morning on top of the big talks. 8:24 now waiting time to talk this morning. Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. Now here we day. And of course the phone lines now don't they open. You go fit to call us, make we talk about this one. Based on how it be. What do you feel about these two things? Where we don't come outside for the big talk. The numbers where they there to take call us 0903 22 29 797. Then of course we get 0818 22 22 205. Then we get 0818 22 22 206. You go fit to send us message for WhatsApp. If you like to send message for WhatsApp, make we collect your WhatsApp messages on top 0818 22 22 205. That now the WhatsApp number where you go take send the message for WhatsApp. That now if now waiting to work for you. All right. So with the check I'm there quickly this morning. The idea will come from waiting Abba Gida, the governor elect for inside of Kano State. The idea of waiting in talk, the idea will come from waiting in talk. We say family members they are not going to be part of my governance or my government. They are not going to be part. Made them day their day. Some people say a noble thing, an honorable thing to do. Some people say, well, it don't really matter. If you get family member with fit to deliver, why not? If you get family member with the interest in politics, we don't build political profile, You know, go talk say because say they no go dey part of my government, make it in day. Which government they go come dey part of? Another state or where? That one, now one talk. Then internet connectivity, don't they available or go they available from this particular proposition? Internet connectivity go they available for some airports, for some tertiary schools, and for some markets across the country. How you take see this particular matter? So you could go some kind of markets and stuff to make transaction easy and smooth. You go fit to do online business, online transactions, and then stuff. If you also go for some kind of schools to make learning easy, you go fit access internet free of charge. The same thing with airports. Access internet free of charge. All of these things they here. So make we talk about them on top of the big talk this morning. Now the two things where they here and stuff. Now you and me go reason them together. None of why I bring and come outside. Make we talk. The numbers they here to take callers put 0903 22 29 797. We get 0818 22 22 205. And of course we get 0818 22 22 206. All of them are numbers to call this morning. On top of the matter, the big talk this morning, Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. Now here we day this better morning. On top of the arrangement, Super Citizen at sunrise. Based on how they be. Make a drink small water. They come back. Make we change them based on how they be. And they come back.
When the lion roars, other animals go into hiding. When Udeme George Sports Show roars, other sports shows go into hiding. Ladies and gentlemen, your multiple award-winning show host is back in your speakers. Catch Udeme George live on Citizen Sports, 4 p.m. weekdays.
I'm not here speaking out. As I'm not here, you speaking out. I know here what you stop. Speaking again.
I said, catch Udeme George live on Citizen Sports, 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
6:30 now. What in time they talk for inside of the studio here? 30 day for inside of the month of March 2023. Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. Now here we day this morning, Super Citizen at sunrise. Now the show that they call me the chief priest Ezemmuo one a day here. Now the big talk with this one and two side. You just get two branches of the matter, two branches of the talk where we yarn. And the first one where we check, where we look two things where we bring come outside. All right, quickly. Now we look the idea of say the federal government will not approve money. Approve contract way worth 24.2 billion, 24.20 billion naira. Why? To provide broadband for free internet for 75 public places, including airports, markets, and schools. Some airports for some places across the country. Not be everywhere. Selected places according to the 6 geopolitical zones. Actually, all right. So the idea, the parameter where they take select them, they say now from the 6 geopolitical zones, then they go select the places where they go mount these airports and the airports and schools and markets where they go mount this free internet. Okay. Now, based on that one, when would they check and say how you see this particular one a welcome idea? You feel say okay, now something will make sense, or maybe if I go airport, make I use my own Wi-Fi, make I use my own internet. Use that money, take do another thing, we go benefit the people. Maybe if I dey market, make I use my own data, take do what I want to do. Use the money, take do another thing. All right, or maybe a brilliant idea. Say yes, that interesting thing. So that if I did school, I go fit to use government provided Wi-Fi, take learn or take do my research or take do my assignment. Say, now actually welcome idea. Okay, so that one day there, one school of thought. Some people say, well, makes sense. Some people say, well, a brilliant idea. Where be that one? What do you feel about this particular idea? Now, the second one, where would they check about? They check about family involvement for politics. So people they look at our family involvement for governance. When somebody win office, win elective position, or even appointive position, can carry along in family member one way or another, directly or indirectly. In family members, they carried along. In family members, they part of what they do or part of in governance, either by appointment or PA or one thing or another thing. Don't forget, saying a person where you go fit trust, you go fit to work with in certain capacities. You get some positions or certain things, the person where you go fit trust, like you go put. Some people go say, well, why you go put your family member there? Other people go say, if I don't put my family member, who I want put? But the question of corruption don't they raised. People don't raise the concern of say one of the things where they make corruption thrive. Now when people can they treat government like saying a family business. People can they treat government like saying a family business. That's one of the things where they make corruption they thrive. Somebody day there, in wife self day there, in son day there, in other daughter day there, all of them day there inside the government of one state. An entire family, all of them get one position or one elective or appointive position or the other inside the same government. Some people say that one they help corruption, they thrive. That's why for some companies, if you go for some companies, say 2 people where they work there, they want marry, one person go need to resign. Or for some companies where we say they know they don't go take 2 people where they married or 2 siblings. If maybe you they work here and your brother self they work here, your sister self they work here, they know one of them must resign. That now some of the rationale behind some of those ideas, because it is believed, say some of these things they make corruption the fester, they make corruption the spread. What do you think about some of these things? Now, what would they check this morning on top of the big talk? Based on one or two that they call me Ezemmuo, the chief priest. Make a check. Who did decide this morning? Good morning to you there. Who they talk there?
My name is Joseph. I'm calling you from Abu.
Joseph from Abu. Make we hear you quickly.
Abu. So, if you welcome the
you say
Abiduse. Abiduse.
Now 2 different places.
Yes, Abiduse.
Okay.
Close to Abu Judgment.
Okay, let's hear you. Go ahead.
This is about the network thing to welcome the development. And one thing about Nigeria, where government provides something so that it will favor people, and other people will take advantage of that thing, they punish people. Like that network now. When they bring network like that, people will get, let's say, house and some things around there. They will say network, they had free network, so they will hide the price of their house, or hide anything where they do around there, say free network. And like that airport, the same thing.
So people where they live around there now go can't take they go can't use them as marketing. Say after all, free network here.
Even the market now to rent a shop now, they go hide the price, say because of network is free. Yeah, what?
All right.
So it's the second thing about the problem of Nigeria.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
My own contribution.
All right. Thank you so much for that one. We don't talk. My brother Joseph from Abuja say hello. Who they decide now? Hello. All right. I hear you. Go ahead quickly.
Okay. How much did it go first?
How much? The internet connectivity.
How much it go first?
According by what they talk, so they don't bring out the total sum of 24.20 billion naira.
24.20
billion naira. Yes.
Every month I be paying.
No, they don't bring them out now for the contracts. Nobody say they could pay them every month.
Okay.
To set them up. Now, what is now the money we go cost to set them up? Yes.
Okay. I not talk too much because we don't know then they do the work. You know that time we talk about this, as one of your caller come correct us. Said that the people who do the work like they know. But the thing we did before for schools, and that one is very, very important. That one it's
good for learning, Abi.
Yeah, it's good for learning. We see for other countries, even for bus, free Wi-Fi did for bus. So, and we don't go that way. It's good one for all of us. The problem here is this: I hope we can sustain. Now
sustain it. What you talk? I hope we can. You say I hope we can do what?
I hope we can sustain it.
Sustain, okay.
They say in time we come now, we're going to hear the service providers. We're going to say in so days. Right. Government never paid on this one, never do this one.
All right.
Because the fact that they free, no mean to say na free, na service providers will give federal government. I did not free. Not be free now. So when the time reach, when the service providers say, "Okay, I'm gonna pay us our money," if no yes to it, so then they can say how we can sustain it.
Okay.
But if we can sustain it, it's a good one for all of us. Really. Then secondly, your story we talk of families who take a step of power.
Yes.
I think that they inheritance. And some states, that still the democracy they practice. So they are still enjoy democracy. Government of some people, by some people, and for some people. And the people they cause this thing, I think that the same way Nigerians. Just for imagine, say, if father don't become governor, the mama don't become senator. Pikin won't come now, Pikin won't come become governor. So the people for that state, they need to ask themselves questions. Why we will give this family all this other families know they for that state, now this family will see. And if you check it very, very well, this family is only in this state for let's say even say 20 years. If you check now that state in 20 years, the state never even develop the state will say you will say this is the impact the family makes. I think that the citizens will cause this thing. But if we, the citizens, will say, no, this thing cannot continue like this. Like you say, we see for our National Assembly, some people will come because they see that place don't become their inheritance. So those things, I say, other people know they for that state, know they for that consequences. So now only those people now like them the brilliant mind. I think now we Nigerians will end this thing. These people, they are politicians, and what politicians do is this: now their own interest they like to protect. They don't too much badly the interests of the citizens. Not be all of them. Cannot generalize.
Yes, some of them. You don't go fit generalize it.
So we the citizens are how we will stop this thing. If Papa don't become governor, Mama don't become senator, the king won't become governor. Make the king relax first. You know that people, no other family rise again. According to Hausa, make allow everybody quiet tashi. So maybe quiet
tashi.
Quiet tashi. Maybe only one person with the tashi always. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Patrick. For that one, we don't talk. Koai Etashi, no be saying only one person. So maybe not the idea behind that particular matter of say family for inside of governance. Who they decide this morning? Hello.
Hello.
Good morning to you there. Good morning. Hello. Okay, try call us back. Maybe your line no declare. Who they decide this morning now?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. No, your voice they very low. I don't hear you.
I can hear you. Well, thank you.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
You they try listening to your radio. Hello, who they decide now this morning?
Hello, good morning, Ezemmuo.
Good morning to you there.
Now Mike, they call back from Maraba.
Make we hear you, Michael from Maraba.
Yes. In short, if I say I didn't hear the governor-elect, I forgive a handshake. You know, this is how democracy ought to be. For the family to come out to declare like that is the right step in the right direction. Hello?
I there with you. I hear you.
Oh, okay. Now, if it is not wrong, if anybody that is so intelligent from his family that can handle any aspect of this in appointed leading area, there's nothing wrong in it. He can go ahead and give it to them. But on the normal where your brother or your father became a head of a place, and he put everybody, even Dundee, he puts there. They'll just be misusing, abusing the place. It's not correct. I give them kudos. So let us sit back. And that is why we are talking about the new political parties that are beginning to spring up. It's not the era of these other ones that once one person goes there, he appoints everybody from his family. In short, thank God for him.
All right.
Then for the internet of a thing, in short, most especially schools, is very, very, very good. It makes research very easy. You understand? Our children these days, they are not even making research. I have not seen, when I was in school, I think I wrote 2 books while I was in school. And as I'm out of the school, I was just beginning to laugh at myself. I said, this is what I wrote that time. You know, if you make yourself, you improve yourself towards learning. You understand? Government, I give government kudos in that area. But the sustainability is what we are talking about. Let there be a sustainability. Can we sustain it? Not tomorrow they will just come out and say this thing is having problems. If you go to advanced country, in short, at different corners, you can your browsing your auditing is very, very easy. You understand? But in Nigeria, we have problem of that. I'm a land surveyor, and we make use of a satellite a lot. Most especially this our GPS. You have frequency GPS. We attract signals. Sometimes you say that you discover that problem is beginning to emerge. You can't even access some places. In the course of my project some years back, I struggled to get a geographical location. I had to wait for some time before the satellite switch around the place. Then I capture it. Please, we need to improve in this area.
All right.
God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so much. God bless Nigeria. Thank you for that one. We don't talk this morning. All right, so still with the check out now the big talk. With this one on top, Super Citizen at Sunrise. We they look the ideas. We they on top table different ideas. 2 different ideas. Hello, who they decide now?
Ezemmuo, good morning.
Morning to you there. Who they on?
Ezemmuo, I'm already talk.
But why they who press pillow for your face? Make we hear you now. You they sound like say you there on that bed.
Ezemmuo, who go press pillow for my face? I need to look for trouble for this weather.
Make I hear you well. Talk well. Make we hear your voice clearly.
Ezemmuo,
yes,
it's a good one. The issue of the Kaduna State Governor-elect, as the Kano State Governor-elect.
Kano State Governor, Abagida.
Yeah. Ezemmuo, look back now, somewhere in Imo State, some time ago, somebody want to bring his son and being called to become governor when he left office. In a sinner crime, it's not a crime. In as much as the person get the competence and it can bring something new to the board, is allowed. Because in those sinner crimes, in those developed countries, the institutions will take charge if they find the person culpable. But in Nigeria, and that time the picking will begin the buka. Think Papa don't become governor. He go turn government house to his own palace. He go to misbehave. The thing they say in condo, he may never have the knowledge about it, but just to come and loot. That is why we are not encouraging it. But if the person have the idea, why? And if he can bring something new to government development in the country, in the state, is allowed. If you have somebody that he know that can do something better, is allowed. So long he will not tamper with the resources of the state.
All right.
Then to the issue of the internet, it's done everywhere in every developed country. If you go to park, you have free internet. If you go to the market, it's the government way of giving back to the people. What they are collecting from the people, you can have internet access when you get to the market. Then that few time you are in the market or you want to transact, if there are no internet on your own phone, you can make use of the Wi-Fi in the market, because government always provide more resources, more sophistication for those resources they provide them. But it's allowed. It's okay. It's so long ago. Ezemmuo. So long government they don't go cut corners and give us something
substandard, Abby.
How are we going to access it is another thing.
All right.
Then they provide it, are we going to access it smoothly? As the angle we need to look at it and analyze it very well.
All right, so thank you so much, Bode Oremi. Thank you for that one. We don't talk this morning. Who there so this morning? Hello.
Hello.
Good morning to you, dear. I beg just reduce the volume of the radio. Yes.
How are you? My name is GB.
GB, welcome. How are your side now?
My side is fine.
GB from Life Camp. Make we hear you quickly this morning.
First of yesterday, you brought an important discussion and you have a very wonderful guest.
Yes. Quickly.
You want to give us some seconds to comment. I think to make your show robust. I have to collect money to contribute.
All right.
More time.
Okay, go ahead, GB. Because of time they tick as they talk. So now time they tick. GB for Life Camp.
The discussion on the governor of Kano, I will not celebrate him. There's nothing special. Let me tell you, if you have somebody you feel can perform, bring it in. Performance is what matters. Delivery is what matters. It's not about family.
So you can have your family member if he can perform. You can have your family member part of your government.
The Bush family. Look at. I need to tell you about them. I know you more. You are very knowledgeable. The father brought them up. He developed them by giving them assignment and position. He groomed them. I want to became the president. One will become a governor, and the rest of it. It happened. Develop something. They group them. They profit like tutorial, like a mentorship. So if you want to mentor your son, if you feel you have the potential, you have to give him assignment and see how he perform. The only thing we don't want is abuse. We don't want what we call ethnicity or this thing I want to. Favoring others. Let him do the right thing.
Favoritism.
Let him do the right thing and let him perform. It's a way of grooming people. Let him know you're supposed to oppress others, to show I'm in power. My father is in power, my mother is in power, my uncle is in power. No, you are grooming people. So it's allowed in developed clime, and it's not bad here if you have somebody who can perform. The second issue of internet, I've not really followed what you are saying.
Yes.
You see that the government want to give us free internet or what?
Yes, there's a budget. Federal government not approved the budget, approved the contract of 24.20 billion naira to provide broadband internet for public places like selected airports, schools, and markets for some for the 6 geographical locations for inside of the country.
Yeah, it is good, but it's not dependent on you if you want to connect, because such a public place provision of internet, they are very vulnerable to attack. They can easily get your information and the rest. So yes, it's good for you to say, okay, maybe you are somewhere now, you have no data, you just want to send a mail or you want to send a message. Yes, you can click onto public utility, but security you are your own. That's your use. Nobody is against it. They can provide it, but you should know that in our client there, you see people who want to stream, who want to this and that.
All right.
But you can't expect it to be as fast as the one provided by provider.
All right.
So that you not be there tomorrow when they do say, look at the government, they promise us this thing. The thing is very slow. I can't even download. I can't even stream. No, it's not for that. It's just for you to do one or two things. Yes, now they blame me the government and say, look, I can't even download something. I can't stream live.
All right.
And they say they're giving us something. No.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, GB, for that talk. I see they take the beat. All right, so 10 minutes before 9 o'clock, I laugh because I like the way GB, they very optimistic. GB now, incurable optimist. Hello, who they decide?
Hello, good morning.
Your voice, they very low. You there inside port?
No, I am outside my compound.
Outside your compound, like say they cover you for somewhere, my brother. Come outside from where they put you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, much better. Waiting be your name. Where they call us from?
I'm Peter Austin, calling from Ado.
Peter Austin from Ado. Quickly, because of time, make we hear you.
The truth remains that family first.
In politics, family first.
Are you get? Let me back it up.
Back it up.
See, whether we like it or not, members of his family, he must carry them along. So to cut the whole thing short now, he need consider his family or the insurance cover his family.
Austin, your line don't cut. I mean, they wait for you to land. Make I ask you one or two questions, but your line don't cut off, right? Because when you say family first, yes, we know family first, but in this situation where somebody contest election win, and he say in family no go be part of in government, many people talk say, well, that one a noble thing. Some people say, well, if you get somebody family member where they competent, why not? So, but when you say family first, I need to understand who they decide.
Hello, my dear. It's Akerele speaking.
Akerele, good morning to you, sir. Welcome.
Yes, I have to call you today because of this matter that affects me as I'm seeing it.
Okay.
You see,
what Akerele, hold on, Akerele. For confirmation, you come from Kubwa, Abi?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead quickly because of time.
Okay. Now we are talking about nepotism or no nepotism. You know, a long time ago, I spoke on this radio about federal character that people are bastardizing. You see, you cannot be a governor and think that maybe if you are not, except if the person is not reasonable, that he can become a very poor man again. Being a governor, you can set up your family. The federal government work or any other ministry, it's not a humanitarian place. It's for people to mingle. You bring this one, you bring the other family. If only one person is working in that place, is it your own venture? It's not your ministry. It is for all of us. That's what I was telling you about federal character the other time. Federal character, you see that the son of governors, the nephew of governor, the cousin of governor will be the one to get work. That one is nepotism. It's
all right. So you the talk say what didn't do they consistent with the spirit of federal character.
Yeah, yes, it's not consistent with the spirit of federal character.
It's not consistent or is consistent?
Eh?
The governor-elect, what he did, is it consistent with the federal character way they talk about?
It is not consistent with federal character. Well, what he's saying now, that's what I'm telling you. That you can bring your people to come and work with you, or maybe your family or your wife. It is wrong. If you want to create a work for yourself now, if you open a business for yourself, you can bring your family. That is a one-man business, something, but not federal government work.
Right.
Or maybe a governor for the state is bringing his father, bringing his nephew. It is very wrong. I think we have to reason. When we make a contribution to this platform, we should make a contribution that will not make people angry. Some people from abroad, though, to federal government, they don't have single person working in federal ministry. And some people, they have maybe about 100 dead working in federal ministry. Are they alone in the country? Are they alone in the state? Are they alone in that local government? It is very wrong. Anything that is wrong is wrong. Nothing we cannot paint it to the good. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you so much, Akerele. Good morning to you for that one. We don't talk. All right, so quickly, I see you. Good morning. I'm Samuel Matthias. I think my family will not be part of my government. Depend on the context to which it was used. He say you go there, honorable. It will be an honorable idea if you don't give special treatment to your family member over other people while in government, or not allow your family member to be over-influenced or to over-influence the government because they are privileged to be connected to you. But you should not as well over-isolate your family members out of the government. He say as they also have equal right with every other citizen to enjoy what they are entitled for because they're also citizens. You weigh and you balance it. Who they talk to? Samuel Matthias. He said on the internet connectivity for instead of public places like schools, market, and hospital is a welcome idea as it will help everyone get access to information with ease. He said information is power. Thank you so much, Samuel Matthias, for that one. We don't talk. Check your time, 5 minutes before 9 o'clock. Now, why would they bring out some of these things? Now make we talk about some things we concern us as people. Now, why would they talk about this thing? Say if you find yourself for this kind of position, or if you find yourself for this kind of place where Abagida Gida find himself, how you self go do? Say they easy to talk, but if you find yourself for this kind of position, how you self go take do or how you self go take what will you do if you find yourself in that position? Make go they easy to condemn and judge and all of that. But anyway, now here we go leave the talk because we go need to enter the newsroom by 9 o'clock. Shout out to all man who don't join us since morning on top of the radio. Make we do them again tomorrow on a Friday, and tomorrow now open mic Friday on top of the big talk. We go talk anything with your chest, make we reason them as long as they did their cycle of reasoning. Shout out to Jerry from Altaba Lefi, Max Man from Apo, Chris from Lungi Barracks, Isa Shiku from Massacre, Godwin Abuo Maraba, says Gulak from Maraba, Bode from Inyanya, Kennedy from Karu, Patrick from Karu, Michael from Maraba, ID Noble from Orozo, Kisley from Life Camp, Joseph from Apoduse, Philip from New Nyanya, GB from Life Camp, Peter Austin from Ado, Akerele from Kubwa. Una do well. Shout out to all of you now. Make we do them again tomorrow. Una good. Una good morning.
When the lion roars, other animals go into hiding. When Udeme George Sports Show roars, other sports shows go into hiding. Ladies and gentlemen, your multiple award-winning show host is back in your speakers. Catch Udeme George live on Citizen Sports.